Diversity simply means magic and also beautiful.
It's an interesting and actually a powerful idea of all students coming from all over the world and studying together.
I have met other students which were not from the same country. I come to realize the difference of culture and other things.
I get this university more interested, more peoples, more collaboration, more socialism. All peoples are interaction with others.
I'm here for computer science, and I'm dealing with the detection of brain tumors in MRI images.
Integral University is increasingly becoming the preferred destination for students from diverse backgrounds and cultures to pursue their dreams of getting prepared for life, to get skilled and to get educated.
I am from Germany and doing a research internship here in Integral University, and I'm here for 6 weeks working in a lab, and I meet a lot of nice people here showing me university and work of Indian people, and it was very nice to be here.
My name is Shumaila Khan and I'm from Allahabad. I'm pursuing Bachelor's of Physiotherapy from Integral University. My experience at Integral University has been amazing.
I'm Ahmad Khalid from Afghanistan and I'm pursuing here BCA and I'm final year at Integral University. So I have got very good experience from this college.
It might look like a small team, but it's actually big. Individuals from 1,000 kilometers away come to Integral to meet new people and to also blend in with them.
A university is a community of faculty members and students who are working in an ecosystem for the addition of knowledge.
You learn something from them and they learn something from you. Your world expands, your thinking expands.
Diversity is magical. Diversity is a beautiful and powerful idea, bringing together various cultures, personalities and becoming one, yet holding on to its own.
It's an amazing event and it happens every day in Integral University. It helps the students to blend in with each other, to support each other and to build each other up. In Integral University, everyone is like a family.
Integral University, Lucknow. Inspiring excellence.
A very good morning to everyone who is listening me. On behalf of the Department of Commerce and Business Management, Integral University, I, Dr. Moiz Akhtar, welcome you all to 2-week quality improvement program on research methodology and data analysis, organized by Faculty of Commerce and Management in association with Faculty of Doctoral Studies and Research, Integral University, Lucknow. Before starting the session, I would like to give a small description about the rules and guidelines about how you are going to conduct the various activities related to quiz assignment for this QIP. As you all know, all participants are requested to go through the instructions which is already shared on the WhatsApp group related to quiz assignment and attendance. Attendance of each session is mandatory. Attendance link which shall be shared at the end of the session. 80% attendance is mandatory. Those students who are the research scholars of Integral University will attend all the sessions, attend the quiz, submit the assignments, and their marks shall be officially documented by doctoral studies. This QIP is basically bifurcated into 3 parts. First, online session for 14 days. Second, quiz which will be conducted after the session. They had 14 quiz which will be uploaded on the QIP Google Classroom 1 hour after the online session. Each quiz includes 15 questions, 1 marks each, and each quiz will remain open available for 48 hours. Same process will be for the assignment. Assignment will be 1 for 10 marks. It will be uploaded on Google Classroom. After the 2 hours of the quiz, each assignment will remain open for 48 hours. QIP certificate will be issued to the qualifying participants. Now, starting with this session, as you all know, research is a form of systematic inquiry to develop into a subject and produce socially relevant results in different forms like product, research paper, patents, or thesis. There are varied forms of research, each characterized by different methodologies. Research methodology holds prime importance as it outlines the course of the research, endeavors, and its final outcome. The process of research and its associated tasks needs to be conceptualized appropriately to bring in the much needed quality in the research. Every task involved like collection of data, searching literature review, delivering mathematical results requires a concrete systematic approach. Formulation of such an approach requires immense deliberation in terms of tools and techniques to be deployed as well. This online quality improvement program is delicately planned around developing the foundation knowledge needed to step into the arena of research. The program is an effort toward exploring different dimensions and paradigm of research. This program intends to enhance the ability of participants to undertake independent research in a planned manner and identify appropriate and significant literature review, design questionnaire, collect and analyze data, perform simulation to assist them in writing research paper for good quality of journals. The participants will be trained to use several open sources tools that are useful in accomplishing their research outcomes. The primary tool covered are those that would be aid a researcher in a systematic background knowledge, data visualization and effective presentation of research, writing research paper, preparation of reports and theses, and prevention against the plagiarism. The program content is designed to disseminate knowledge of some of the important digital tools used to academic purpose. One will learn how to create individual research profile, find relevant and good quality journals. This program would be an amalgamation of much needed digital skills which can play a significant role throughout the research process. Now, to begin the session, first I would like to introduce you all to the eminent personalities who will be with us for this session. First, we have Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Aqil Ahmed, Integral University. Secondly, we have Professor T. Usmani, Dean Doctoral Studies, Integral University. Next, A.K. Saxena, Dean Faculty of Commerce and Management, Integral University, Lucknow. Then we have our invited guest, Dr. Sarfaraz Karim from Karzan University, Afghanistan. Next, we have Dr. Syed Shahid Mazhar, Head Department of Commerce and Business Management, Integral University, and the co-convener of this program. Now, I invite our first speaker, who is a visionary, passionate, and excellent leader, Professor A.K. Saxena sir, to welcome all the guests.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Moiz. A very good morning to all of you. It's a matter of great privilege and pride for the Department of Commerce and Business Management to have organized, who is organizing this 2-week quality improvement program on research methodology and data analysis, which could be said to be the heart of any thesis or any research study. Before going ahead, I have been given the religious ritual of welcoming all the guests, I, on behalf of our Chancellor, Professor Syed Akhtar sir, Pro-Chancellor Syed Nadeem Akhtar sir, our Vice-Chancellor Javed Musharraf sir, our Pro-Vice-Chancellor Professor Akil Ahmed sir, our Dean Doctor of Study Professor T. Usmani sir, and on behalf of Faculty of Commerce and Management and also on my personal behalf, I welcome all the key speakers and the participants of this 2 weeks workshop. To name few of them, today's key speaker is one of the internationally renowned Dr. Sarfraz Karim of Kardan University, Afghanistan. We have Professor Masood S. Siddiqui of Jaipuria University, Jaipuria Institute of Time Management. We have Professor Bilal Mustafa Khan, Aligarh Muslim University. We have Dr. Sarfraz Khan, Kardan University, again Afghanistan is taking one of the sessions. Professor Ajay Kumar Chauhan from Research Siksha, New Delhi. Professor A.K. Singh of the Lucknow University. Professor Professor Alpana Srivastava of MIT University. Professor S. Ranganekar of IIT Roorkee. And these are the 10 key speakers, are the resource persons, our resource person who will be enlightening us on the different aspects of the research methodology. So I once again, on behalf of our Pro-Chancellor, the mentor and the founder of Integral University, Pro-Chancellor, our Vice-Chancellor, our Pro-Vice-Chancellor, our Dean, and on my personal behalf, I welcome you all to have kindly consented to participate and give your expert lecture in these 2 weeks QIP program, which is going to be enrichingly benefiting all the students. If I say with my one word observation, we should have not been an observation, a humble submission, that research methodology is a basis which gives a research project a shape of study. It gives a graphical sketch for entire research project study, and data analysis is one of the components. With these comments, it is over to Dr. Moiz Akhtar to kindly invite the key speaker of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite our Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Akil Ahmed, for inaugural. Lucknow is having a massive teaching experience of more than 47 years and served at various dignified cadres like head, dean, director across magnificent institutions. He had also held dynamic administrative positions like Director, Quality Management Program, University of Lucknow, Controller of Examination, University of Lucknow, and many more. With various conferences, seminar, publication, projects, and award to his name, this institution is blessed to have Professor Akil Ahmed as the mentor. I request Professor Akil Ahmed to share his views.
Professor S.W. Akhtar, Chancellor of the University, Professor Dr. Syed Nadeem Akhtar, Pro-Chancellor, Professor Javed Musharraf, Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor T. Usmani, Dean, Faculty of Doctoral Research, Professor A.K. Saxena, Dean, Management, key speaker of the inaugural session, Dr. Sarfraz Karim, distinguished guests, and dear participants. First of all, I congratulate the main organizer, Dr. Shahid Mazar, and his team for organizing this 2 weeks quality improvement program, and on the topic research methodology and data analysis by using SPSS. Professor Saxena has said that research methodology is the heart of the research problem, heart of the research. So naturally, art is to be taken care of, well taken care of. We have to be very cautious that art should have normal functioning. As I know that when we were doing research in statistics, no software was available in 72-73. R.A. Fisher, who is called father of statistics, and he was a very giant personality. He has done magic, tremendous research work. It is all quoted today also. But he could not make use of empirical analysis and data analysis by using any software. So theoretical research was main focus of the researchers. But gradually, with the advent of computers, we could be able to learn more and more and interpret the data, because there was a need that how the data will be interpreted, how the result will be interpreted. The researchers could find that with the help of any software, it can be well said. SPSS is a software which helps us. Today, we are using 26 version of SPSS. SPSS is a software which is used for social scientists and for statistical analysis of the statisticians' data. And with the help of this software, the results which come, they are very useful and we can express it for future forecasting. For instance, weather forecasting, earlier it was not appropriate and not very well, you can say, designed. Similarly, market research, educational research, ethical research, these are all designed with the help of SPSS. And I hope with the future researchers who are attending this 2 weeks program, they will be benefited by this SPSS analysis delivery of the lectures, and they will have advantage in future when they will submit their thesis. Today the researcher is asked to do coursework before he is formally admitted to PhD program. UGC has designed a research methodology syllabus which every student has to study. Naturally, research methodology goes hand in hand with statistical data analysis. If data analysis is good, then interpretation is better done. And we can see that in any research work, empirical analysis plays a pivotal role. All the time, when a thesis is sent to the examiner, they say that if empirical analysis would have been done, then it would have more important, more useful for the future researchers. So now with the help of this SPSS software, they can make use of empirical analysis as well as mathematical representation gives a shape. Earlier days, it was not cumbersome, calculations could not be done. So at the most, arithmetic mean and standard deviation. These were two statistical tools. With the help of these, we were not able to study better analysis. But nowadays, regression analysis, because multivariate analysis is also used by using this SPSS software. So I think it will be useful, and I again congratulate the organizer and I congratulate the participants because they will be benefited with the help of this SPSS software. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You have given some very classified comments. We really appreciate valuable inputs. Thank you so much. Now I invite Professor T. Usmani to give opening remark. Professor Usmani is currently Dean Doctoral Studies and Professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering in Integral University, Lucknow. He was former PVC at Integral University. He is an alumnus of University of Allahabad. Before joining the university, he served as Executive Director in ITI Industry 90. He visited many countries and has vast experience in quality improvement and enhancement. He has supervised many PhD candidates and published several papers in journals of repute. I request Professor Usmani to share his views on today's theme.
Thank you. Our respected PVC Saab, he is an expert of statistics. It is very nice that he is among us today. And it is a real matter of pleasure that we are all here to learn about research methodology and data analysis, which is a very, very important subject for any researcher. Our Faculty of Commerce and Management has come forward with this idea to hold such important QIP program. I congratulate them. From doctoral studies side, we have tried to provide full support to them. I hope we have instructed all our research scholars to attend this program and try to get benefited as much as possible. Research is the backbone of present-day fast-growing competitive technology, and no research is useful and purposeful without analysis to reach perfect and correct decisions. In view of this program is very important. At Integral University, we strive to foster a deep-rooted culture of research innovation in day-to-day academic life. In our research progress review meetings, that is RDCs, we are putting a special emphasis over asking questions with our PhD students about research methodology process, research gap, statistical concepts, because my personal experience is once they clear the initial examination of coursework, generally they concentrate over their own subject, and in next 4 or 5 years when they are busy in their research, simply they forget about research methodology, statistical analysis. Sometimes we all have seen, Saxena Saab, Akhil Saab, they are all aware that basic concepts they simply forget. And these are the people who are supposed to join the academic world. These are the people who are supposed to lead new research students. So such type of programs are very, very important, where basic research concepts, basic concepts of statistics, and as far as tools are concerned, they are very, very important, no doubt. But always I have got a feeling that once we are using the tool, the student should not depend totally upon the tool. He must have basic concept. He must have basic concept what is sampling. If you ask why sampling is required, I'm sure many of them, they have never thought why we are going for sampling. What is sampling, they will tell. But why we go for sampling? What is probability, they will tell. But what is the importance of probability? These things come from the understanding of basic concepts. So once we are using the tool, once we are using the tools, I am sure the basic concepts of the subject will also be made clear. Of course, they have learned these things in their coursework, and there are many learned people also. There are some people who have come from different universities and they know all these things. But it is always important to remind these things again and again so that these things remain fresh in their minds. I am sure this 15 days quality improvement program will refresh and strengthen the participants' knowledge, concepts, and raise the bar higher and higher. My heartfelt respect and gratitude to our respected Chancellor Saab Pro-Chancellor, respected Vice Chancellor Sahab, Pro-Vice Chancellor Sahab, without the support of these seniors, this program would never have been a success. In the last, I welcome all respected invited guest speakers and other participants, and I am sure they will return with lot of added knowledge to them, our students. Lot of knowledge they will gather and they will make full use of this opportunity. I congratulate the organizers of this program who have taken the initiative of this wonderful plan, and I hope it will be a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Usmani, sir. I would like to mention here that because of Dean Doctoral Studies, we have crossed more than 250 participants in this program. This is program, and approximately 250 participants are there in this program. Next, moving ahead, now I invite our guest speaker, Dr. Sarfaraz Karim. Dr. Karim is having more than 11 years of experience, domestic and international level, in the academics and research field. Currently, he is working as assistant professor at Gardan University, Kabul since March 2020. His area of teaching and research is marketing management, research method, leadership, and strategic marketing. He had 8 research papers published in International Journal of Repute. He provides online training related to research proposal, SPSS, and research reports. Currently, he is supervising 5 students from American Business Management and Technology College. Now, without wasting much time, I invite Dr. Sarfaraz Karim to share his views on today's theme.
Okay. So, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to congratulate Integral University and their management body, our Pro-Vice Chancellor, senior faculty members, and all the organizers who is responsible for conducting this event. Let me congratulate all of them for their hard work, and I wish the complete success of this session ahead. And I got the opportunity being the first speaker of today. So I would like to share all my view from the experience point of view rather than more theoretical point of view. So as you can see, means I'm going to share my presentation or PPT. Before that, it is my assumption that those people who are the participants of this training session or this quality improvement program session, they already have the knowledge of research. They already have the basic concept of research. So here, what my experience saying, what the previous, my means when I'm going to conduct some research, what are the misconceptions, what are the things which may not be there, but it is still included. What are the students making mistakes? So these type of things I would like to share more rather than to speak more about the concept. But as the first session and as the topic we have to be there, so let me share or let me start before losing our time for that one. So if there is someone who can share it, my PPT, or should I have to share my own PPT from here? Dr. Moise?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, means should I have to share my PPT or somebody else?
You can share. You can share.
Okay. So share. Share.
You can see on the 4th option where you are having the option of share. Just first open your PPT at the background.
I hope it is visible now.
Not yet. It is not yet visible. Yes, this is coming. It's coming. Just make a full screen, sir.
Full screen. Is it visible? I hope so.
Not yet. The PPT is visible, but the screen is not full screen.
Screen is not full screen, so let me check that one. Just give me 1 minute. Let me open.
You can just first open the screen, full screen on the background, then come to the share.
Okay. Is it visible now?
No, not
How
yet.
about now? Not yet.
It's coming fine, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay right now.
Yes, you can proceed, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, this is the first time I'm using this software. That's why this thing is coming. But anyhow, we are used to of this all these things during this pandemic. Many of our colleague, like even I have used Zoom and Adobe Connect, and now currently this new software. So anyhow, these all are the part of our learning experience. So let us begin with our quality improvement program. As Dr. Moise has already introduced me, so I'm not going to lose your more time. I'm Dr. Sarfaraz Kareem. I get this privilege to start as a first speaker, and being on this session, you can see it is about the quality improvement program. So our objective is to learn something. We have to be increased from the place where we are staying now. We have to go ahead. So it's my objective, or like, let us talk about the today topic. So if you're talking about the today topic, which is provided by the university, by the committee, and I have seen the complete topic. This is well managed, well organized, and so the thing is which we are going to cover today. So at the end of this session, it is my objective to make you understand what is all about the research type, different type of research philosophy. With the help of research onion, we are going to see it, and research design. Sometimes researchers are confused about the research design, research proposal, research philosophy, so they will mix it. So here our first understanding is to make what are the different type of research, what are the research philosophy, and what is the research design. The second purpose or second topic or second objective is to make you understand the relationship between theory, research, data, and how the thing is proceeding. So we will also include the conceptual framework, theoretical framework, and finally, I will end this session with the help of 1 or 2 practical examples. I bring over here the quantitative research proposal and qualitative research proposal, so that a participant get the real life example or real example how they are going to be understand for that. So this is the objective, this is the topic which I am going to cover for today. So the first thing is that this slide, or this is I have taken from the Kothari. So Kothari is a famous book which is expected by all the researcher when they are doing the master's level, bachelor level, PhD level. It's one of the book which everyone has. So from that book, because sometimes when we are talking about the types of research, we are only talking about the qualitative research and quantitative research. We are, or mostly if we're talking about the research design, then we are only talking about the descriptive, exploratory, explanatory, but it is not like that. So as we know that research is all about finding the solution of a problem step by step. So first we should know what type of my research is. I will give you what type of my research is from my PhD research example as well as my current research example. First of all, all researcher can be on certain basis. If you can see the first basis as per the Kothari book, outcome, the end result. What is the outcome? On the basis of outcome, all research can be classified into the 2 categories. One is the fundamental research and another one is the applied research. In short, if I would like to tell you about the fundamental research is for the larger number of society, for the larger number of people. It is not fixed for one particular objective. It is not fixed for one particular world or one particular organization. Its purpose is to give the more, like if you're talking about in the science field, Darwin theory of evolution, Newton law of motion, Einstein theory of relative. If you're talking about the management field, we can say that we have the management theory, classical theory of management, then neoclassical theory of management, then modern management theories. These all are based upon the fundamental research, where researcher has done lots of work for the lots of years, then they come up with the fundamental research, but is also known as basic research. When we are talking about the second on the basis of outcome, it is known as applied research. Applied research is basically for the purpose of immediate solution of a problem or immediate problem solution with, like we are talking about the academic research. We are going to complete our PhD, we are going to complete our master degree, we are going to complete our bachelor degree, we are going to find out some research gap, we are going to find out some what you call as the, so these type of research will come under the applied research. If you are talking about the example of organization, I can say that the organization problem, like turnover problem is there. Organization wants to know why this turnover is there. What are the reason behind that? And they want to fill this gap. They want to solve this problem. Sales and profit problem. They want to increase the sales. They want to increase the, is there any communication gap among the customers and organization? Leadership problem, management problem. So these are the applied research. So on the basis of outcome, fundamental research is there, applied research is there. When we are talking about the on the basis of purpose, why we are conducting this research, we have the 4 different types. Like exploratory research. Exploratory research is mainly focusing in the area where the literature is less available, where the things are still into the progressing form, where the things are still not very much explored by the people. So here the researcher is going to discover, to identify. If I want to give you the example of exploratory research, like IoT, Internet of Things. Internet of Things is very new concept, especially in the world of developing countries like India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, these type of things. So here researcher want to know more about these things by seeing their, what are the advantage, roles, disadvantage. So exploring their knowledge, discovering the new things, bringing some more to the world. Exploratory is like this one. When we are talking about the second purpose, why we are conducting the research, it may be the descriptive research. Descriptive research is the things where already explored things are available. We don't have to explore the things. It is already there. Only being the researcher, we have to describe the things in more detailed way. We have to observe and measure. Normally, we are going to give the answer of 4 or 5 questions, like what is this all about? Where this is coming from? When, how? These type of things are going to be answered by the descriptive research. We are not going to give the answer of why in the descriptive research. Descriptive research can be analyzed with the help of chart, graphs, descriptive statistics, like this one. When we are talking about the third type of research on the basis of purpose, it is analytical research. When I am saying the analytical research, the another name of analytical research is also known as explanatory research, where you are going to explain the relationship between 2 or more variables. Here, we are going to give the answer of why questions. If I'm increasing one variables, what will be the effect on other variables? These type of research will come under the analytical research or explanatory research. Fourth type of research is the predictive research. Predictive research means all about the forecasting future events or forecasting future problem and then try to give the solution for that one. So that is the predictive. So what is the purpose of your research? Like suppose if I'm giving you the example of our academic, normally on the basis of outcome, applied research is there. On the basis of purpose, we used to go more with the descriptive and analytical research. Okay. Third type of basis is process. As I told you at the beginning, normally researcher or the student used to say that we have the 2 type of research, qualitative and quantitative. But the basis of qualitative and quantitative is process. How you process your research. What are the things you are using? Which type of data you have conducted? Which type of your objective is on the basis of those things, means on the basis of process, our research can be qualitative or quantitative. Let me give you more about these things. Like if I'm talking about the qualitative research, here customer opinion, customer value, their belief, we are give them the open chance to say about that one. So open-ended questions, thematic discovery is there. So here we are focused more on the interview, focus group, thematic development, open-ended questions are developed. So qualitative research is like this. When we are, and it is qualitative research is more subjective. When we are talking about the process of quantitative research, here the measurement of quantity is there. It means objective is very much clear. Close-ended questions are going to be used. Hypothesis has been developed. Like if I'm talking about the example of like that one, if we want to see what are the impact of transformational leadership and transactional leadership on organization performance. So here we can quantify these things, transformational leadership, transactional leadership, and there. So we have the identified variables and we want to find out the result, objective result, one truth at the end. That is the quantitative research. Close-ended questions are used. So this is the way how we are processing that one. Next one, if you are talking about the environment means where we are conducting the research, in which, like in our case, in our academic research, we normally use the field research. Field research here means where the respondent or its enumerators went or go to the field in a sense, maybe their research area is some organization, some school, some colleges, some field area where they will meet with their respondent, they will get their feedback, they fill their questionnaire. So that is the field research. When we are talking about the laboratory research is mostly used into the natural science like physics, chemistry, biology, where the control variables are controlled for that one. And when we are talking about the third type of environment, simulation research is there. Simulation research is where we cannot go to the actual environment, like we cannot go to the war zone, we cannot go to the field where even for the banking software, we don't want to experiment on the actual banking environment, but we create the model for that one. We create the actual scenario where there. Then we will see what will be the effect, what will be the cause, what will be the reasons. This is called as simulation research. Finally, on the basis of time required, the research can be one-time research or longitudinal research. One-time research means when a researcher has collected their data in one shot. It may be in 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 7 months, in one type of variables or in one type of situation, in one type of environment. That is called as one-time research. When we are talking about this second type of research, longitudinal research, here researcher is going for the different environmental or different time frame, like before and after. If I'm talking about the what is the attitude or behavior or motivation level of the employee before the training, then I will collect the data. Then I wait, training has been conducted. Then I will see what are the changes in the behavior, attitude, and motivation level of the employee. So that is called as longitudinal research. So these are the 5 different bases. If I will summarize these things from my research perspective, so I can say that my research is applied research. My research is descriptive and explanatory research. My research is qualitative as well as quantitative because I used both type of process. And my research is field research as well as because I have collected the data at one time, my research is one-time research. So this is the basic concept which everybody should know, like research can be classified on different bases. So this is the things on the basis of like that one. I hope if any participant has any questions on this one, they will take at the end. Currently, they can note down for that. Now, this is one of the important things which I am going to share with you people. Being a research student, being a researcher, being a philosopher, or being any type of you are involved into the research directly, indirectly, as a teacher, as a scholar, as a student, you must know about this onion. The research onion given by Saunders in his book, page number 106. This is the reference which I quoted here. Here, to understand, if you understand this research onion, which is given by Saunders, you already have got the various concept clear in your mind about the research. Like before the session, Professor Saxena has told about that we forget about the basic things. We are talking about the larger things. So if you focus about these basic things, like the type of research, like the research onion, why it is called as onion? Because we all know that onion has different layers. So when you remove the first layer, second layer is there. Second layer, third layer is there. You know, one of the very interesting things, or you can say the dilemma things, or you can say the irony of the researcher is they focus on the last layer of that. They are more focused on this layer and they forget about these all layers. But today, that's why I'm saying our objective is to give something. Those people who has the knowledge of these things, well and good. Those doesn't have, just go through it slowly, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, so that you will get the more better idea about these things. Because our purpose is to understand the philosophy of research. Philosophy of research can easily be understood with the help of this onion. So let me explain you. If you can see here, these are the 6 different layers of the onion. 6 different layers. Let us talk about the first layer, which is known as philosophy. What is philosophy? Philosophy is all about the belief. I'm talking about the philosophy from the point of view of research. It is belief about a way in which a researcher believes that how I will going to collect the data, how I will analyze the data, what type of my going to be conducted, which type of my objective is. So it is all about a belief of the researcher, how he is going to perform the research. So first, you must make a belief as a researcher what my research is all about. Normally, if you're talking about the social science, we have the 2 main type of philosophy. One is positivism and another one is interpretism. Let us see these 2, and I will also say something about other 2. Positivism is all about, what is positive philosophy is, it is saying that society shaped the individual. Just take this word, society shaped the individual. What does it mean? It means we have the large number of group of people. They have the certain belief, they have the certain theories, they have the certain observation, they have the certain, everything is there. So from there, from the research point of view, means theory is there. Then on the basis of those theory, I develop my perception, I develop my hypothesis, I develop my objective. Then I will go with the data analysis. Then I will come to the objective conclusion. It is called as positivism view, positivism philosophy. It means, let me make it more simple, general to a specific. General, one general concept is there. Then I will specify it to my problem and try to find out the result. That's why it is known as society shape the individual, or general to a specific philosophy. So first philosophy is positivism philosophy, that is coming like this. Opposite of the positivism is interpretism. Interpretism is saying that specific to general, individuals shape the society. It's not society which shape the individual, it is the individual who shape the society. Here we will get the opinion of the individual, we will get the feedback of the individual. What is their observation saying, what is their belief saying, what is their experience saying. Then we collect these things, then we will give the one last feedback, last observation, last our conclusion, and it can be more than one. So in case of interpretism, we may have the more than one truth. So positivism and interpretism, these 2 are the main philosophy when we are talking about the social science research. Realism is there. It is mostly used for the natural science, where they are believe more on the scientific proof of the knowledge. So here, that is the realism, like they are testing into the lab, natural science. There is one more type of philosophy, pragmatism is there. It is based on practical rather than theories. They are not focusing onto the theories. They are saying that it is more focused on the process, which process we are following. End result, whatever it will come, it is not predefined before. So pragmatism is more practical for that one. So anyhow, we will focus more on positivism. Keyword of the positivism is general to a specific. Interpretism, keyword of the interpretism is individual to or a specific to general. Now, if philosophy is clear, if you're clear about your philosophy, okay, I will find this one. Now we are going to the second layer of the onion, which is known as approach. Approach. There are two main type of approach, how you will proceed your research. Either you will go with the deductive or you will go with the inductive. Deductive, by name itself, you can understand, you are reducing the things. You are breakdown of the big things. It means if your philosophy is positivism, your approach will be deductive. Deductive approach means you are going to test the hypothesis. You are going to develop the research questions on the basis of certain theories, on the basis of certain literatures, on the basis of your problem. So if your philosophy is positivism, you are going with the deductive approach. Deductive approach is all about how you will proceed. You will divide your problem into a smaller part, then into the form of research questions. At the end, you are expected to get your answer of all your research questions. That is the deductive approach. The second approach is the inductive approach, which is the approach of interpretism. When we are talking about the inductive approach, here we are going to build the theory at the end. Here we will ask the people, ask their view, observe them, interview them. Then we will make them classified. We will make their different view, make the theme. Then we will finally give the answer for that one. It may be more than one answer for that. It is not the objective. It is all about the subjectivity. So these two main approaches there, deductive and inductive. Interpretism is going for that. Third thing, let me tell you one practical thing over here is, whenever you are going to write your third chapter, which is your research design or your data methodology, always try to write these all things so that a supervisor or so that people will think that, okay, it means you are very much clear about your philosophy. Positivism, it means you are going to use the deductive, it means you are going to use the quantitative research, it means you are going to use the experiment or survey. Like this type of image will create about yours, whether you are a PhD student or master's or even for the bachelor's. Okay, when we are talking about the third layer is talking about the strategies. Strategies. Which type of a strategy you are going to do? Either you are talking about the experiment. Don't worry about the experiment. It is not the lab experiment. Here, the experiment means cause and effect. Means cause and effect. It means inferential statistics. It means it is again very much objective about the variables. So experiment and survey, questionnaire is developed or questionnaire has been taken through the respondent by Google form or by the individual survey like that one. So survey is there. Close-ended questions are normally used. Experiment after collecting the data. So these two again related with this. So philosophy is positivism, approach is deductive, their strategy is experiment or survey. When we are talking about the other type of a strategy like case study, action research, grounded theory, ethnography, archival research, these are the part of open-ended things. These are the part of inductive research. These are the part of, like if I will talk about the case studies, you have the case studies of your organization, previous case studies there, competitors case studies there, you will analyze them, you will collect the data, you will make a analysis part, when you will compare it, then you will give the result for that thing. When you're talking about the action research, in action research, researcher and client, normally for the corporate world, client, they will create the hypothesis in the real world environment. When you're talking about the grounded research, here we are collecting and analyzing the data again and again through the interview, and then we will create the repeated themes. We may have more than 2 themes, 4 themes, 5 themes. So themes will be created in the grounded theory. When you are talking about the ethnography, here we will observe and interact with our real life respondent. We will see them, we will observe them, we will record them, and then we will analyze that one. And finally, if you're talking about the archival research, here we have the analysis of manuscript, documents, record, objects, video, audio. These things will come, means previous all data. So case study, action research, grounded theory, ethnography, archival research, they are mostly used for the subjective research, mostly used for the inductive, mostly used for the interpretation. Okay. Now, if you talk about the choice, our fourth layer is choice. Choice may be qualitative, choice may be qualitative or quantitative. Here you can see it is written mono method. Mono method means single method. Either you will go with the qualitative methods or quantitative methods. Mixed method means you are using both qualitative as well as quantitative. Multi method, it means under quality, again you are using more than one method. Under qualitative, again you are going to use the more than one method. So multi methods, mixed method for that. So these are the choices for that one. When we are talking about the time horizon, the same one I talk about the previous one. Here, time horizon means cross-sectional, whether you are collecting the data at one time, one shot, in the same environment, in the same conditions, with the variables, different type of, so that is a cross-sectional. Or you are going with the longitudinals, whether you are collecting the data after and before, or before and after, or like suppose I have collected the data before second pandemic or second coronavirus started. What is the view of the student about the online education? When again this lockdown has implemented, then again after the lockdown, when this unlock period has started, again we collected the data. So this comes under the longitudinal. And the sixth layer is technique and procedure. Technique, data collection. Now you will think about, this is very close to you. Data collection, what type of data you are collecting, primary data, secondary data, what type of data analysis you are doing, descriptive data analysis, inferential data statistics. Yes, this is also important, but this will only come when you come up from these all philosophy, approach, strategy, choice, time horizon, technique and procedure. So I hope I have given a in-depth, if not in-depth, at least I have given you what is all about philosophy, approach, strategy, choice, time horizon, technique. Like if somebody asks me, what is the philosophy of your research? I said positivism. He's saying, oh, positivism? What is the approach? Then again, I'm saying deductive. Deductive, why? Because my objective is very much clear. My objective, I must have the only one truth. I am going with the close-ended questions. I am going to apply the quantitative research. So this much clear to you. So this is clear, then your research will be more authentic and more, and you will remember these things for the long term for you. Okay. Now, again, one more thing about the research design. If I'm talking about the research design, people will think that, like here it is also written, like research design is a framework of research method and technique chosen by the researcher. So if I will go to the previous slide, so I can say this is my research design. Actually, one of the small part. It is not the complete things. Sometimes people will confuse, is research design and research methodology is same? Is research design and research proposal is same? No, they may be related, but not the same. Let me tell you what the research design is in a simple manner. Research design is a framework of research It is the framework of research where a researcher choose which method he is going to adopt, which technique he is going to choose, and how you will proceed for that. A research design, also you can say it's a plan, not the complete plan, but plan of selecting the methods and technique for your research. Got it? If I'm telling you what is the difference between research design and research proposal, so normally in the research proposal, we are going through the complete plan of my research to approve from the supervisor or to get the fund from the funding agency. In research proposal, we have to write various things, like we have to write our problem statement, research questions, research objective, hypothesis, literature review, research method, timeline, budget, references. These all things will be the part of research proposal. But when we are talking about the research design, we will mostly fix ourselves to the methods and technique which we are choosing for that. So we can say that research, it is the part of your research proposal or your research thesis. Again, sometimes people will again ask, what is the difference between research design and research method? So I can say in one line, research design is a plan for your research questions, and research method is the strategy. Research method is a strategy. If you see here, your strategy, this is your research method, this is your research method. And if you're talking about the research design, this is your research design. You see why I'm saying this onion is very much important. It will help you in all the way, in all the direction. Got it? I hope I'm making sense for that one. Research design for that. So in summary, I will show you all these things, what I'm talking about right now, with the help of my research proposal, which has been done by students. I will show you what are those, all things are there, where the research design is, how they are writing for that. Okay, next thing about is, there is a one concept which students are confused about these things. That's why I bring over here. I did not bring the literature review as a complete, believe me. I bring here the two main concepts, theoretical framework and conceptual framework. First, let me tell you what the theory is all about. In simple term, if we want to say what is theory is, a theory is the description of relationship between concept and idea. What is this? Let me give you the example. As I told you, theory is the relationship between, of course, it's the description. It's a description of relationship between concept and idea. Concept plus idea equal to theory. Concept. See, leadership is a concept. Leadership is a concept. Then different ideas is coming in the mind of a philosopher, in the mind of a researcher, in the mind of the observer, in the mind of that, how I will increase my productivity with this leadership style. If I will change this leadership style, how will be the, so they will do some experiment, they will do some practice, they will do some observation on day-to-day basis on, and finally when they will success it, or when this research has been completed, then a theory will develop. For example, if I'm talking about the leadership style, different styles, they will test it, they will try it, and then success is there. Then they will bring the style leadership like transformational leadership. It's a theory. Transactional leadership. It's a theory. Maslow's need hierarchy. Theories. Management theories. Various theories are there. Equity theory. Social justice theory. From where these all comes? There is a concept, there is an idea, and then the theory is built. That is the basic meaning of theory. Now, if we are talking about the theoretical framework, remember one thing. In your literature review, we used to write lots of things. One of my experience, which I would like to share with you people, that is very common mistakes which is done by all the researchers, including me when I was doing my master's or PhD. We used to copy the literature of other people and put into ours. Be honest, we all know from our inside, we are doing these things. But you know, literature review is taken very lightly by the individuals or researcher. But literature review is one of the important ingredient to success of a research. How other literature will be the helpful for you? It is only because the topic is same. It is only because you want to save the time. It is only you think that it is the secondary work. Why should I will work on that? Why should I find it that way? No. A good literature review is give you the insight of your literature. That's why I'm saying, especially at the higher studies, we used to say that review at least 25 to 30 literatures, at least 30 to 35 literature articles. Why? To get the insight, what this researcher has got, what other researcher has find out that one. So never take literature review lightly for your research. It's a second chapter of your thesis, or your even for the proposal. A good supervisor, I don't know how much I'm good at, but I also used to see literature review, how much a student is read about his paper. You see here, let me give you the bad literature review example. Your topic is saying that you want to find out the impact of different leadership style on employee performance. In your literature review, you are talking about the management. You are talking about the management philosophy. You are talking about the literature definition. You are talking about everything except literature, except leadership. Is it the good literature? No. Good literature is focused on what is your different variables are. If you're talking about the different leadership style, so focus on different literature. Now I'm talking about the theoretical framework. I was sharing you my experience of like that one. So this will also help you in that case. So theoretical framework is all about, it is good practice to see that which theory is supporting your literature, or which theory is supporting your topic or your problem statement, which theory is supporting. Normally, if you're talking about the leadership, we are talking about the marketing, or we are talking about, so one of the theory is supporting. Also, when you are writing some definition, when you are writing some advantage, disadvantage in your literature review, they all are coming from this theoretical framework. So theoretical framework is what, in short, I can say that it explains why research problem is under this study, or which theory is support. And also we are writing the nature, meaning, advantage, disadvantage, they all comes under the theoretical framework. Theoretical framework is like this. Normally for the theoretical framework, we don't have to develop the semantic diagram, but theoretical framework is also good practice for that one. Second thing is conceptual framework. Conceptual framework is your semantic diagram which you develop for your research. What I mean to say semantic diagram, because you have the certain independent variable, you may see sometimes like this, is there, and this one is your independent variable. 1, 2, 3 independent variable is there. Maybe one independent variable is there. So what is the effect of independent variable of this? So this is called as semantic diagram. I will show you example at the end. So conceptual framework is all about, it is developed basis on the literature review, existing theory. When we are saying that, read the different researcher view related with your research, similar research. Why we are saying that? You will get the idea of this variable, idea of this variable, idea of this variable, idea of this variable. Also, it will help you to develop or to find out your questionnaire. So conceptual framework is vary from researcher to researcher. What type of objective he has, which variables he has taken, and on the basis of those things, he developed the independent variable, and semantic diagram. So that is the meaning of theoretical framework and the conceptual framework. You see here, again, this diagram you have seen in various places. This is the summary of our 5, 6, or whatever the slides we have gone through. If you see here, this is the deductive approach. Means we are coming from the We are coming from the general to a specific. Here, conceptual framework is, first we have to develop our conceptual framework. What is the conceptual framework? As I told you, it is the researcher constructed. Research construct means you are a researcher. You have the 3 variables, 4 variables as an independent. You will construct those things. Then logical development. So conceptual framework should be developed first. Then theory is selected and the operationalization of the framework. If 1 theory or 2 theory, how many theories are supported for that one. Then you will means making the hypothesis, developing your research questions, objective, and finally you are giving the result of your objective. So this is the objective, deductive, and the approach is deductive approach, and the philosophy is positivism. When we are talking about the subjective, inductive, it will go starting with this one, theory, then it will go like this one. So this is the summary of what we have discussed for that. Now, let me share you example of quantitative. I believe that this is visible to everyone. Let me increase the size a little bit more. Now I'm sharing one of the research proposal example with you. If you can see the title, impact. Let me give you one cue on the experiential. If you see the word like impact, effect, factors, relationship, if these type of keywords are there in your research topic, so you must know that this is the quantitative research. We are going to see the relationship between variables. We are going to find out the cause and effect. We are going to use the descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. So the keyword for the quantitative research is impact, effect, factors, relationship. So here, impact assessment of green human resource management over the citizenship behavior of employee. So here you can say that nowadays green human resource management is very common practices. We all know about the human resource management practices, but nowadays these green means it's all about environmental friendly, it is all about paperless work, it is all about how we will shape the society without increasing the pollution. So that is the green human. We are also including those things. So, and citizenship behavior. This is the topic. So when you are going for the, this is the format. Every organization, every university has their own format. So we are not talking about this table of content, these all things. Here, the first chapter, normally in the introduction, we are writing the background of the study. So my focus is not over here, but let me give you the very brief idea of all these things in a very quick manner. Background of the study means how we all started this theories, from where this research has been started for that one. Then the important thing is your problem statement, this statement of the problem. Remember about the problem statement. Problem statement should always be written into the statement form, never be written into the point form or table form. No, it's a statement. It's not a point wise. So, and in the statement directly talk about your problem. Normally at the higher studies, MBA or PhD level, we are writing the problem statement into the 2 paragraph or 3 paragraph. First paragraph is talking about the problem in general, means related with my problem, what are the general problem view in the world. Then in the second paragraph, I will talk about my specific problem, in which organization this problem going to be applied or going to give the solution for this problem. So a statement of the problem should be like this. Then purpose of the study is there. Research questions. Research questions should always be into the form of question. As I told you that quantitative research, it is going to give the answer of what, where, how, not why. Here again you can see what is the effect of green human resource management on citizenship behavior. What is the effectiveness level? So then research objective. These are the 3-4 research objectives there. Now I'm talking about these things, about the literature review. You see here, literature review. Why this is called as good literature review? Because it is talking about the variables which is important to my topic. it is talking about, you see here, your dependent variable is organizational citizenship behavior. So it will talk about the organizational citizenship behavior with the help of theoretical. So this person will give some. So this is the way how we will do the in-text citation in the APA format that you will learn in the later stage. So this is the way. These all comes under the theoretical. Then green HRM. Again, because that is my topic, I have to talk about the green HRM. Various people talk about these things in his study. So green analysis of job, green recruitment, only talk about those things which is there. So there, nothing else. He is not talking about the betterment of organization. He is not talking about the what is the basic meaning of HRM. No, focus more on that point which is directly related with your variables. So let us move further. If you see here, these are the important point of like research gap. What is the research gap? Research gap, giving the research gap is also the quality of good research proposal. Then this one is I'm talking about. This is your framework. This is your conceptual framework. This is not your theoretical framework, but conceptual framework. Why? Because he is talking about the green HR practices. So green recruitment, green selection, green reward, green management performance, green training. These all are the independent variables. How they are going to affect the organization citizenship behavior. And about them, he is giving some theories before that one. So like this way, we are developing the framework. So framework, why I'm saying it is vary from person to person. Maybe I'm a bachelor level researcher. I may only going to take about the green recruitment and green selection. So I have only 2. I have a master level. I may take 5. I'm a PhD level. I may increase to 1 or 2 more because HRM practices is very large. So it may vary from researcher to researcher as per its objective and as per his research question. This is the things. Then hypothesis. Hypothesis, when it is a deductive approach, when it is the positivism philosophy, our hypothesis will be there. Like if you see here, H1 means alternative hypothesis, H0 is known as null hypothesis. Like green recruitment positively affect, this is my hypothesis. It can be true or it can be rejected for that. This is also known as alternative hypothesis. It is also known as testable hypothesis. Green selection, green reward, they all means positively. We believe that they are positively affect. And at the end, when we will test it, we will see it. So this is the summary of literature review. Now let us come to the third chapter, which is my main purpose to show you. You see here, what is the right way to write the proposed, so that a researcher, supervisor, or his dissertation guide, or the person who is going, he has the belief that you have the, so here, research philosophy. Our philosophy is there. So if you see here,
sorry to interrupt, sir. Your might be slides are not moving.
My
slides are not moving, sir.
I'm sharing the Word file. It is not there. Word file is not there.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I was sharing. Let me again see it. Just give me 1 minute. I thought that because I shared that.
No, you have to share that file. Now, your PPT is currently sharing that understanding research design.
Okay, means I know actually it was a link, so I click on the link. I thought it was there.
You can stop this sharing and you can take that Word file.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Now it is visible. Look, doctor, now it is visible.
Yes, now it is visible.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I thought that I click on the link, so it will directly go there.
Whatever the things you want to share, you have to bring that. If PPT, you have to
Okay.
bring that part, and if you have want to share Word, then you have to share to Word file. Okay, thank you so much.
Actually, okay, anyhow, so you see here, I just talk about that thing. So this things I was talking about, like impact assessment of green human resource management over the things. So let me very quickly review so that you will understand these things. This is the quantitative research. Quantitative research means it is going to be the way of deductive approach. It is going to be the philosophy of positivism. Now, if you see here, let me move to your third chapter. In the first chapter, they're talking about the background of the study, statement of the problem, purpose of the study, research questions, research objective, literature review. Literature review, as I told you here, you must stick yourself towards the things which is the part of your research. You must stick with your variables, like organization citizenship behavior is my variable, green HRM is my variable, and who said what is their view is all about these things. So at the end of literature review, we are also making these, I'm talking about these things. This is your conceptual framework. This conceptual framework will vary from researcher to researcher. Like this researcher has taken 5 independent variables. Maybe some researcher are going to take the 2 independent variables because he may have the short time, maybe he want to study. Maybe some researcher is going to add 1 more mid-rating or moderating variables in between for that one, here or here. Here he is going to add the moderating, he is going to add here the mediating. So anyhow, so this is the independent variable and this is the dependent variable. How this things is going to be affect. So researcher want to see where they are positively affect or negatively affect. Like you can see here, hypothesis. Green recruitment positively affect the organizational citizenship. Green selection positively affect the, so hypothesis, these are the testable hypothesis, also known as alternative hypothesis. Then this is the things which I'm talking about. When you are writing your third chapter, proposed methodology. So research philosophy. We all know about the positivism, interpretism, realism. So here we are going to use in this research, because it's a quantity-based research, our philosophy is the positivism. Here it is written there. In this study is impact of that one. So positivism research philosophy is there. Research approach. Which research approach it is going to do it? There are the 2 type of approach, inductive and deductive. As this one is more of the, so it is going to use the deductive research. Method. Quantitative and qualitative. So it is pure qualitative method. So we are going to apply the single for that one. And analysis for that one. And finally, we have to give the population, sample size, these all things we are to. And here, one more thing is that, which I want to share with you people. Normally, for the instrument development, like here, instrumentation, we call it as an instrumentation. Like if you're talking about the green recruitment, you are going to develop some questionnaire. It is always good to adopt the questionnaire if you are doing academic research in the master level or PhD level. Why? Because developing the questionnaire is a tedious job. It will take 7 steps. I'm not saying you cannot develop the questionnaire, but it is good to be adopted. Why? Because it is already tested and you will increase your reliability. That's why it is advisable to adopt the questionnaire if it is available. If it is not available, then we have to go through the complete process of questionnaire development. So that's the things, recruitment, green management, so, and data collection. So this is the way how we are conducting the research for that one. So this is one of the example which I shared with you, quantitative research. Let me show you the example of qualitative research as my last, before I come to your question for that one. So let me close first these things. Then I will open again with the qualitative research, and then let me share it. Share screen and then window, qualitative research. Now, if you see here the qualitative research, when we are talking about the qualitative research, here we are talking about the role Here we are talking about the exploration things. Here we are talking about the challenges, prospects, opportunity, advantage. These type of things, when we are talking about, it means we are going for the qualitative research. So this is one of the example of qualitative research sample, like the use of mobile device for real-time data collection, challenges, prospects, and opportunity, the case of NGO sectors. So here, we are not going with the philosophy of deductive. Here, we are going to use the inductive philosophy. Let us see that one. Again, the process will be the same, like you have to go for that one, various background of the study, then your statement of the problem, purpose of the study, research questions, research objective, significance, literature review. Again, literature review in this case will be more authentic or more reliable than in case of quantitative, because here we believe, or we are going to study more. We are going to analyze more over here. We are going to see the observation or see the opinion more over here. So these are the things in the literature review part. So theoretical framework is commonly developed here rather than the semantic. So here you can see these are the conceptual framework it is written. Now, if I'm talking about the research philosophy, again, research philosophy here, because it is talking about the challenges, prospects, opportunity, intrapedism, research philosophy is here. Research approach, again, if you're talking about, because these are the different inductive research approach are there. Economic, technological, they are giving the challenges or opportunity for that one. The research methodology, again, it is going to be the qualitative. And they are going to develop, or this person is going to develop the theme. And remember one more thing, normally for the deductive approach, normally for the quantitative research, we have the large number of sample size. But for the interpretism philosophy or for the inductive approach, we have the small number of sample size. Even minimum up to 14, 20, it will be for that one. So sample approach, sample size is there. So this is the things which I would like to share with you people from today's session. Now, let me come to the slide again and take your question answer. If there is anything which I missed, or if you want to have some confusion. So over to the Dr. Moise.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs on today's topic. Today we have some questions in the chat box. We will one by one. The first question, which is coming from the research scholar, that is, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible, please.
First question that is coming, can we take more than one research design in a single research study? If yes, what are the conditions that should be fulfilled for adding 2 or more research design in a single research study?
See, in the academic research, normally we are having the very fixed variable for that one. So we used to go with the single research design for that. Research design is what? It is all about how you are going to collect your data, how you are going to, which strategy you are going to adopt. So in academic research, we are mainly focused with one type of research design. Either it is going to be the qualitative based or quantitative based for that one. So, and for the practical world, it can be possible for that one. It can be, then you have to go with the 2 different type of design, 2 different type of approaches. So your approaches will also be 2 different type, and your philosophy will also maybe of 2 different type of thing. But in the mix,
might be, this is the correct question. They can take more than 2 designs.
Yeah, they can take. But as the experience, I'm saying that for the academic, we used to avoid this thing because it may take time. We don't have the resources in terms of definitely. So that's right. But it can be possible.
Okay. Then coming to the next question, can we use predictive research in performing research on consumer behavior? I'm repeating this.
Yes.
Can we use predictive research in performing research on consumer behavior?
Yes, of course. Let me tell you the first practical things, then I'm talking about the theory. Practically, predictive research can be performed by the organization. They want to know that what will be the future problem. Like if somebody wants to know that if this pandemic will continue for the next 1 or 2 more years, what will be the problem will come, and what can be the solution we have. So if we have the proactive approach, solution we will check for that one before presuming. We are presuming the problem is not existed here. We are presuming the problem, and then we are finding the solution for that one, so that if it will come, then that is called as a predictive research. So it is normally done by the Google is doing these things, Facebook is doing these things. So large organizations are doing these type of even some university are doing these things. But in academic research, we are normally normally going for this type of things, but possible for that. That's why I'm saying academic wise and practical wise, I'm telling both of things.
Okay. The next question is somewhere related to the research proposal. What if lack of funding, then how can we design our research proposal if we are having a lack of funding? That is the question which comes to every researcher on an initial stage, that if funding is not there and we are making so much efforts in the field of research proposal and we are getting zero, then how can we design this? This is a big issue which comes to a researcher.
Yeah, Dr. Moiz, you also know the answer of these things. That's why you are. But I will tell you the actual thing is that, because practical researchers should be very practical for that. When you are doing the academic research, forget about your funding, because even when we are doing our bachelor, masters, or PhD, even for the paper, we have to think from where we are going to collect the fund, from where we are going to get the things for that one. Yes, but if you are a good researcher, because currently I'm working on one of the research, that one is selected by one of the agency in Afghanistan, because they are funded by the UN. Why they have funded this thing, or why they have selected? Because of the good research proposal. Good research proposal should give the idea what new things you are going to give. In literature, in academic research proposal, we are going to increase the academic knowledge. We are not going to giving any benefit to the organization. But when your research proposal is showing them any benefit for the future, maybe in the enhancement of their sales, maybe their growth level is going to be increased, in that case, they are definitely going to be funded. But as this level of time, I can say that if you are going to get the fund from any agency, work very hard in the place where you will say that this research is going to give these many things as the outcome, and this many outcome will help the organization in this way. So then that will definitely going to help that. But for the academic researcher, fund is not there.
This was basically for those research scholars who are just not associated with academics. They are doing their preparations.
Yeah.
This was related to from that point of view. In academics, yes.
So, sorry, let me add one more thing. Sometimes why the research proposal are normally rejected? Because as I told you that in the literature review, they are focusing here and there more rather than on the current problem. So if the researcher want to get the fund, they have to very much specific what is they are going to get at the end. Because if they are going to give you $1 as a fund, they are expecting that they are going to earn at least $5 from this research. So that's the thing.
Okay, thank you, sir. The last question for this session. One scholar is asking, sir, in a nutshell, just brief difference between mixed method and multi-method of choice phase of the research onion that you explained.
Yeah.
Method and multi-small.
Yes, I got it. You see here, when we are talking about the choices for that one choice is the mono method. Either you will go with the quantitative or you will go with the qualitative, means single method, which a normal we are proceeding. That is the mono method. When we are talking about the mixed method it means we are going to take one qualitative methods and one quantitative method. That is the mix of two different approaches for that one. And when we are talking about the third one, multiple like that one, here we may add one or two qualitative methods and one or two quantitative method as well. So the choices will be more complicated in that case. So that's the main thing for that. Mono method, single of that one. Mixed method, one is for one method, one is for another. And mix in that case, like multi is more than two.
Hello.
Professor A.K. Saxena, sir, the Dean of the Department. Sarfaraz, sir, sir is visible to you?
Yeah. Professor Saxena is very much.
Saxena, sir, kindly proceed.
Dr. Sarfaraz, I am asking one question as a student, research scholar, not as a teacher. When we ask our students during the discussion and all, they say, sir, I have used descriptive study as well as exploratory study. Are you getting my point? They say in our research study, we have used descriptive study. This research project is a descriptive study as well as exploratory research. And then they say they have collected primary data as well as secondary data. So my question is, can we develop an equation that because when you collect the primary data as well as secondary data, then it becomes an empirical study.
Yes.
So can we develop an equation that empirical study is equal to descriptive study plus exploratory research? Could you get my question?
Yeah, I got the questions.
When the student is saying, I have gone for exploration, I have gone for description, and as well as collection of both the data, primary, secondary, then why is not saying that I have conducted empirical research?
Yeah. Yes. Professor, already you have given the view what I've tried to say, that when a student is going with both that exploratory, means he want to explore something first, he want to increase the knowledge something before that one, and when he got the knowledge about these things, it means he is going to collect these things through the secondary data, and after that he is going for the describing the things through the descriptive research. So it is better to give the exploratory research name for that. So instead of giving the two name, as you say, that we can give only one name for that one. So first, exploratory research normally, in my view, normally we are going for those where the lack of information is there. So if they are saying that use of internet, so use of internet, exploratory research is not required. It is already there. We all know about those things. So directly go with the descriptive research. And if you want to find out the cause and effect, then add the causal effect as well. So
my saying is, can we say that empirical research has got two components, exploratory research as well as descriptive research? When together, it could be equal to empirical research, right?
Empirical research, we can say, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs. With this, we came to the end of the session. Today's session has been one of the most enlightened and appropriate for the current pedagogy in research. Now I invite Dr. Syed Shahid Mazhar, sir, Head Department of Commerce and Business Management, Integral University, Lucknow, and the co-convener of this program, for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Moiz. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Respected Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, respected Dean Doctoral Studies, Dean Faculty of Commerce and Management, esteemed speaker of today's session, learned faculty members, research scholars, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. Well, we have come to the end of today's session of this 2 weeks QIP on research methodology and data analytics. I'm sure that you all are in for excellent intellectual engagement, and I wish all of you for your learning and enriching experience throughout this session. Let me have the joy of wishing all the participants in this enriching and engaging academic pursuits throughout this entire program. Now, before we call it a day, we cannot just end our program without thanking people who have been involved in it. So on this note, I'd like to mention my special thanks to the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, for sparing his time from his busy schedule and to support and encourage us with his virtual presence. I thank you, sir, for your encouraging words, advice, and guidance. Thank you very much, sir. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the key speaker of today's session, Dr. Sarfaraz Kareem, for being strong pillar to this event, and also for giving his insightful experience and contribution to enlighten our participants. Sir, you have talked about the research-oriented concepts, and you have beautifully explained and covered the entire points which have been considered as a concept building for our research scholars. Through various layers, you have covered and justified the theme of today's session. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank Professor T. Usmani, sir, Dean Doctoral Studies, for joining us today and sharing his views, ideas, and experiences on the theme of the session. Sir has helped us a lot in making this program happen. I thank you, sir. I'd like to mention my special thanks to our Dean, Faculty of Commerce and Management, Professor A.K. Saxena, sir, for guiding at every step and making this program happen. In fact, it was he who motivated us to organize such kind of quality improvement program for our research scholars, because he has been the one of the strong faculty members who have been taking the sessions of our research scholars, newly enrolled research scholars, through the entire university level. So I thank him for his support, guidance, and for also sharing your thoughts and learnings about the theme of the webinar, in fact, the program. I thank you, sir, for your unstinted support and blessings. Now, I'd like to thank the distinguished participants as well for their patient and attentive listening and to be with us throughout this session. I'd like to thank the entire coordinators of the program, like Dr. Moiz, Dr. Gaurav Visaria, Dr. Farina, Dr. Uzmi, the other members also, for organizing this quality improvement program and to coordinate this event and wonderfully organize this program as well. Finally, I solicit your continued support and encouragement to march forward in our quest for knowledge. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. With this, we reach to the end of the program. I hope everyone has learned a lot, and we will meet tomorrow for some more intellectual discussion on systematic literature review and metadata analysis by Professor Masood Siddiqui from Jaipuriya Institute of Management, Lucknow, at 10:30 onwards. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.